The night was quiet, save for the faint hum of the old clock hanging in the corner of the room. Elena Hart sat at her desk, staring at the sheet music before her. She wasn't just a pianist. She was once celebrated as a rising star, destined for the grandest stages. But that was before Daniel Royce, her so-called mentor, stole her composition, passed it off as his own, and left her reputation in ruins. For 2 years, Elena disappeared from the spotlight. Rumors spread. Some said she'd given up music, others whispered that she'd gone mad. Daniel, meanwhile, climbed to fame, showered in praise for his genius. Every time Elena saw his name in the papers, the fire inside her burned hotter. She didn't scream. She didn't beg. She planned. When the announcement came that Daniel would be headlining the annual Royal Gala, a performance broadcast worldwide, Elena knew it was time. She applied for a position, not as a performer, but as a backstage assistant. Daniel barely glanced at her when she entered the theater for rehearsals. To him, she was invisible now, just another shadow among the crew. Perfect. In silence, Elena studied everything: his schedule, his routines, and most importantly, his prized grand piano. Daniel was obsessive about his instrument, refusing to let anyone else touch it. But on the final rehearsal night, he made a mistake. He left the piano unattended. While flirting with a reporter, Elena slipped onto the stage, her hands trembling, not from fear, but anticipation. She didn't break the piano. That would have been too easy, too crude. Instead, she altered the tuning of certain keys. Carefully, strategically. The wrong note at the wrong time could destroy a performance, and a reputation. But that wasn't all. Hidden inside the piano bench, she left a sheet of music, her stolen composition, signed with her name. The night of the gala arrived. The hall was packed with dignitaries, critics, and millions watching on live television. Daniel strutted to the stage in his tailored suit, bowing dramatically before taking his place at the piano. He began, confidently, his fingers dancing across the keys. The crowd was spellbound. Then it happened. A jarring, discordant sound shattered the harmony. Daniel froze, his face twitching. In panic, he tried again, pressing harder, but the melody broke apart. In sharp, ugly notes, whispers rippled through the audience. Cameras zoomed in on his sweating brow. Desperate, he turned to the piece he'd become most famous for, the stolen composition. His last chance to redeem himself. But as he opened the bench for the sheet music, the world saw it. Elena's name signed at the bottom. 4 gasps filled the theater. Daniel's hands shook violently. His lies were unraveling under the blinding lights. The performance collapsed into chaos. Backstage, Elena watched, her lips curling into the faintest smile. She didn't need to step on stage, didn't need to shout or accuse. The truth revealed itself, as she always knew it would. The critics would tear him apart. The sponsors would abandon him. His empire, built on stolen notes, would crumble. And Elena, she walked away silently, vanishing into the night before anyone thought to look for her. Weeks later, newspapers screamed the headlines. Daniel Royce exposed as fraud. His recordings were pulled from stores. His concerts cancelled. Musicians who once envied him now mocked him. Elena sat in her quiet apartment, playing her piano with a calm serenity. Every note was pure, untouched by greed. The world didn't know. She was the one who orchestrated his downfall. They only knew. Daniel's legacy was destroyed. Her revenge wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It was a symphony played in silence, haunting, beautiful, and unforgettable.